Columbus Tribune. Notice of the meeting and a copy of the agenda were filed with the clerk of the city of New Brunswick on March 26, 2018. Said notice of the meeting and a copy of the agenda were prominently posted on the announcement board in the lobby of City Hall at least 48 hours prior to the convening of this meeting.
Excellent. Roll call.
Commissioner Jones?
Here.
Commissioner Ovando?
Yes.
Commissioner Walby?
Yes.
And Chair.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay. Will you lead us in the pledge of allegiance?
Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're going to go right into the meeting agenda, Chair.
Yeah, we'll go right to the agenda. Yeah, do the meeting minutes. Or you want to
Oh, resolution first?
We'll do resolution?
Yeah. Resolution number 10 is a resolution authorizing and approving the payment of bills for the month of February 2018.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second? Okay. Roll call?
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Ovando?
Yes.
Commissioner Waldy?
Yes.
And Chair.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes 4-0.
Number 11.
Resolution 11 is acting as a redevelopment agency. A resolution in support of application for Shio Asian Fusion Lounge LLC for special concessionaire's permit to be utilized at premises known as 12 Easton Ave, forming a part of the project known as University Center at Easton Ave Condominium, New Brunswick, New Jersey.
Excellent. Is there a motion?
Make a motion.
Second? Second. Okay. Roll call.
You have a
Oh, yeah, I do it.
councilman here?
Yeah, this is a special concessionaire's permit because it's owned by you as the housing authority. It's a governmental agency and there's a law which permits you to get a special concessionaire's permit.
Right.
And you did it before for the sushi room, and this person is buying the sushi room. The
Okay.
sushi room owns the housing authority, John, about $15,000.
Yeah.
And as a condition of this and of the closing, we'll get paid the $15,000. And you'll get paid under this, the $2 a square foot, there's about 4,400 square feet, so it's about $8,000 a year.
Excellent.
So it's just similar to where you'll be getting money, you really don't have to do much, just given the concessionaire's permit. And it's permitted, it's required because it's a governmental building,
Right.
which is owned, and if you want a liquor license in a governmental building, you have to get the consent of the government and have an agreement, and this resolution approves that agreement.
Excellent.
And the payment of the $2 a square foot.
Great. Any questions? Commissioners, any questions? We're hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Ovando?
Yes.
Commissioner Waldy?
Yes.
Chair?
Yes.
Okay, motion passes.
Excellent.
Shall I go with my report?
Yeah, we'll go with your report.
My report will stand. As you know, we have and we continue to have a bit of a rough winter. I am very pleased and want to recognize the hard work of the staff through the last few storms, as we are greatly downsized and limited. We were able to get through the storms relatively okay. We had no catastrophic losses. We did have a number of lines down and some other areas, but no major catastrophic losses. So that being said, I also, we will need to have a operations meeting with the new budget numbers once we get them from HUD. We haven't gotten them yet, but I anticipate getting them in the next week or two.
Good.
And we will need to act on that before the next meeting, so I'm hopeful that we'll be able to get that done the next couple of weeks, or early April.
Perfect. As soon as we get that info.
Yep, other than that, my report will stand.
And I hear from some of the staff that you roll your sleeves up and you shovel. You shovel just like everybody else.
All of our, not just me, all of our staff are on call and are essential personnel, so when the state closes, we're usually here.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
salting, shoveling, sanding, and because we only have 3 people that know how to run the Bobcat, I'm one of them. As Kevin knows, has come by and seen. But I also want to thank the residents too for moving their cars and being patient and shuffling around with the snow. We moved a tremendous amount of snow these last few storms, and we had some challenges. And I want to thank, a resident came out and gave us hot chocolate at 11:30 at night over in my place. I think she was, I forget the name, but her 2 sons came out actually to help us as well. So it was great. But listen, you know what I mean, we deal with it, it's snow, you gotta deal with it, and we're appreciative to everyone that was able to help out. But as I said, all staff, all staff are hands on essential.
No, I've heard good things about that. So hopefully we're done with snow for the season.
Thank you.
Knock on wood. All right, we'll move to item number 6, public comment. Any comments from the public? You can state your name.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Charles Cradaville. I'm a New Brunswick resident, and I'm the editor of the community newspaper, New Brunswick Today. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I have some very important questions. First, has the new board member been sworn in?
Not yet, no.
Okay. I do want to raise a concern about Ms. Otero, who this is her 5th consecutive meeting that she's missed. I know under your bylaws, you are allowed to contact the appointing authority and bring this to their attention. I think especially because Ms. Otero is fulfilling the important role of being the resident commissioner, this board should take action to make sure that there is a resident commissioner that's active. I know that's something that you've been telling HUD you're working on, and unfortunately, for whatever reason, Ms. Otero hasn't been able to be active. And I think that there's plenty of good folks who live in this neighborhood here, as well as the almost 1,000 people that receive Section 8 vouchers. I think there could be somebody from that group who would be a better resident representative. And so I would ask respectfully, Mr. Chairman, would you be willing to contact the City Council and inform them that Ms. Otero has not been attending the meetings?
Well, thanks for your comments.
Will you please do that?
Time. As you said, we'll take it under advisement.
Okay. I just know we had situations in the past where vacancies have been around for a long time. It's critical. There's a reason this law exists, that there's supposed to be a resident commissioner sitting up there with you. And unfortunately, there is none tonight and has not been for a long time. So I think that the right thing to do is to do what it says in your bylaws and contact the City Council and let them know that you need a new board member. Ms. Otero, has she completed the classes that are required of board members?
I have no idea.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question. I'm
Did
sorry.
Ms. Otero complete the classes that are required?
I'm not aware of any courses that she's taken. I will say, Chair, Commissioner Otero has been ill, as the board knows, but I don't know if that has any bearing on that at all. But again, so yeah, I'm unaware of any classes she's taken.
Okay, I appreciate the information. I also believe the board's supposed to take the Lead the Way training. Has that been completed for the other board members?
I think some have, some have. I can't give you any specifics. I don't know who has, who hasn't.
Okay. Could each of the members tell us if they've completed it that are here today, the Lead the Way training?
After the meeting, you can ask.
Okay, well, I'm asking as a part of the meeting
This is public comment.
because this is an issue related to the board. It says here on what you're telling HUD that your target accomplishment date was to have completion of HUD's Lead the Way training by executive staff and commissioners within the next 6 months, and that puts the completion date at 12/31/2017. We're already in March. Has this been completed or not? Have you, sir, completed the Lead the Way training?
Charlie, this is public comment. The point is, if you want to ask questions, you can ask them privately. Do you have any other comments? We have a 5-minute time limit, so you're eating up your time.
And why we can't know this.
I got to agree with Ms. Brenchen here that these are very valid questions. I'm asking respectfully. I just want to know whether you're fulfilling your obligations to HUD, whether the board is showing the interest in this job, because quite frankly, it's a volunteer position, and we need volunteers that are up for the job. I think that the least you could do is complete the training that you've told HUD you would complete. Can you, sir, tell the public on the record if you've completed the
We put a lot
training?
of time into this volunteer job. I mean, a lot of time, as you know, some of it because of your requests. So there are a whole bunch of things. If someone wants to answer it, they can answer it. But right now, public comment. And Joe, I don't know what the time is, but again, I want to hear, you have some questions. Let's hear some
1 minute,
questions.
Chair.
Yeah.
So I've asked those questions. I think those are reasonable questions. I also would like to know, at the last meeting, after your closed session, you adopted Resolution 10 that cited a memorandum recommending approval of a change order for your lawyer to pay them an additional up to $60,000, more than doubling the size of their contract. Can you tell me for what reasons you needed to do that?
Yes, because you have asked thousands of documents. Every document you ask in Oprah is a legal requirement. So you want to know, Gretchen, you ask about that, you want to understand that Charlie is costing this housing authority tens of thousands of dollars with his request. So that money is, and again, so thank you, Charlie, I'll finish this up. And so part of the reason that there's any increase and that anybody has increased is because of you, is because of those requests, which are really inordinate. And frankly, it's somewhat abusive because, you know, this is a housing authority. As I said last time, we've been cut back 70 to 80% of who we are. We have limited resources. And so you are actually the single reason why the cost of lawyers has gone up, and money that could be used for residents has been used to answer your questions, not spent on residents. And so the residents need to understand that.
If I may, sir, the
Charlie, your time is
attorney
up.
is wasting the money.
Charlie,
There is no need for an attorney to be involved. The attorney is not the custodian of records. The requests are legal, and Mr. Clark is the custodian of records.
Are there
and
any
he
other
should be able
comments?
to handle the requests like every other government agency is able to handle. This isn't the only agency I work with. You know, sir, I file requests with the Board of Education. I file requests with the City Council.
Are there any other?
I file requests elsewhere, and they're all able
Charlie, you're
to
being
comply.
disrespectful. Charlie, you're being
Also,
disrespectful.
other boards answer questions when they are asked.
Charlie,
This board has taken a policy that is anti-democratic and anti-transparency. You, sir, are saying that you would prefer the questions be asked in private when individuals come to this meeting to ask. And I just want the people of this community to know that you're choosing not to spend the money fixing the moldy apartments. You're choosing to give your attorney a big raise. That's what you voted on at the last meeting after telling me that I didn't know what I was talking about when I said you were exceeding your legal budget. And I'll have you also know that...
So we need to have, Charlie.
I will have you also know.
Charlie, again, you and I, I think deep down you're a nice person. But just be respectful to, you keep talking about bylaws, or bylaws say 5 minutes. You've gone 10 minutes. And you're giving, for the cameras, you're giving a soliloquy. And so what I'm saying to you right now, Charlie, is if you understand, read the regs on DCA. They're illegal. When you request Oprah, it's a legal document, which means that agencies spend lawyers, whether it's the school board or others. You are taking money out of the pockets of residents with your inordinate number of requests, which for a small agency are frankly excessive. And so the agency is trying to do the best it can within the legal requirements, but because they're legal documents, we need a lawyer to attend to them. There's no way around that. Because heaven forbid we don't use a lawyer and then there's a mistake made that's not legal, so we are trying to follow the law. Now, what I said, and I asked you before, have you gone to Washington about, not about this agency, about the cutbacks on housing authorities nationally? Have you gone to Washington about some of the regulations that have held us back?
I will go
But
with
instead,
you.
Instead,
if you drive, I'll go with you, sir.
no,
I'm not going to pay for a trip to Washington to do your job.
Charlie, but you're costing us money. So you would rather force us to spend money instead of going to where the source is. And so what I'm saying to you is they are legal documents. You know, we could bring thousands of pages here to show what you have requested of a small agency, and that takes time and money out of the services that the residents receive. So understand that. And those of you who are sitting here saying Charlie is a great guy, Charlie, I think, is a nice person deep down, but Charlie is costing you money. And so any increase in the budget of the attorney is directly related to your request, sir. Period. Period. And there's no way around that.
Is it true that this board has agreed to reimburse Mr. Wolde for the legal defense of his criminal charge?
I've tried to answer your question. Do you want us to have a security guard? Again, we have a 5-minute limit.
That was a simple yes or no question. Have you agreed to reimburse Mr. Wolde on the
Yeah,
charge of criminal
let's
harassment.
move.
That
Charlie, I'm trying to be a
he's retained
gentleman.
a lawyer
I'm trying to be a
who's
gentleman.
charging him.
I'm not answering any.
And that lawyer told me this
any
morning that it
questions.
was his
You've gone over
understanding
your limit.
that the NBHA was going
All
to
right,
pay.
Charlie.
And that is what is unacceptable, that a man who would
All right, do we hear a
threaten a
motion?
journalist with
Is
physical
there any other comments?
violence
Hearing
is
no
going
comments,
to be
we're-
subsidized by the federal
motion
taxpayers
for closed
of
session?
the United States of
Is there a
America.
second?
We have another public comment.
That is
Another
disgusting.
public
Charlie,
You
you've
better
gone
not
over
pay
your
for
time.
that.
You've
You
gone over
better
your
not
time.
waste the taxpayers' money defending criminals.
You've gone over your time.
Gretchen Spencer, 2 Jennings Court, New Brunswick, New Jersey, 08901. Now, I've been having problems out here with the crimes that's been going on out here. We've been calling the cops. A lot of shootings have been going on. Plus, a lot of people, like you said, the mold and the mildew. I can't go in people's houses without getting sick because I smell it. It's that bad out here. This is why people are getting sick out here. The mold and the mildew that are in people's apartments.
So you're saying there's mold all over it? How many houses
There's
have you
mold
been in?
throughout Robeson Village, period.
But how many have you been in? How many houses
I
have you
went
seen mold in?
into one, I can smell it when I walk in people's houses. They don't know it. I can smell it. I can feel it. I cough a lot when I walk in people's doors. Girl across the street, she wondering why she coughing. I said, you need to call housing and have them come check because you got mold somewhere because I'm not staying here too long. But I tell people, call housing and let them check it, okay? It's getting to be, pipes are busting left and right or there's leaks somewhere. And sometimes people don't see the leaks inside their house when it's leaking. You don't notice it. But this place done been here too doggone long. That's what I'm saying. And it's getting to be a hot mess out here. Because if I can't go in people's houses, that means somebody else that I know is sick. And they keep saying how they keep coughing. I said, go to the doctors, get a doctor's note, especially on Robeson side. I don't know if it's, the rest of it, but since I moved to Robeson side and go in people's houses over there, and I know everybody calls me to their house about something, I tell them to call housing and let them come. If nobody comes, then you call me back. So nobody has called me back yet, but it needs to be taken care of. And I told them, I said, if you're coughing a lot in your apartment, there's got to be mold somewhere. Plus, I need to talk with you because my bathroom and kitchen needs to be redone because of they use regular caulking instead of waterproof caulking in my house.
Oh,
Uh,
And it's starting to
What
separate
unit is it?
two
Two
Jennings
Jennings, okay.
and whatnot. And then the people,
I gotta talk to you afterwards anyway.
okay, people's porches. I went to go up on one lady's porch. I don't know if she called or not. The whole top part fell down while I was
What unit?
10
10 what?
Jennings.
She hasn't called.
She hasn't called, and I told her, she barely speaks enough English.
That's okay, I can have a guy go tomorrow.
Yeah. And
When you said the top, you just mean,
when I went to, the whole porch is really cracking,
okay,
but the top,
it's a slab porch, right?
very top step. And I went to step up there, and it went right out from under the piece, just cracked right out from it, just like 8 did. Number 8, her porch that y'all fixed was messed up.
Yeah, that one called.
Yeah, that was, yeah, I told him to call. I didn't know if 10 called or not, and whatnot. And, I've been trying to get in touch with Bill Elias, because we were trying to push the resident council elections back because of the weather. We want to push them back until May. I've been trying to call, that's what I've been trying to call you about.
You gotta go to him.
Who?
Chair?
Oh.
Is it okay if
Yeah, of course.
So,
Because the weather's been bad and we haven't been able to get around to talk to anybody.
yeah, Bill, actually, Bill was gonna contact the committee.
And
Just to confirm, because we do have a third-party
Because I lost his
monitor.
number and I called over there
We can
about
get
it.
him
He claimed
tomorrow,
it.
I can get him tomorrow for you,
Yeah.
we have a third-party monitor. When you say push the date back,
To May.
we've already sent the notice out to everyone saying that the election is the 10th.
I know, but with everything that's been going on
With
and
all
the
of
weather
the
and
delays.
stuff,
We can talk, I mean,
It's-
if Bill's all right with it, I just gotta speak to the monitor to
yeah.
make sure it's okay with her. and then we gotta send out a notice.
Okay,
So, but he wants to hold a committee meeting, I'm sorry, Chair.
You're
He
good.
wants to hold the committee meeting, the week before the election, which would have been next week anyway. So he was gonna call.
and that's another thing, I've got to go in the hospital next week.
Oh, jeez.
That's why I've been,
All right, well, talk to me after.
Yeah.
Or I'll call me tomorrow, I'll meet tomorrow.
yeah, that's why I've been trying to call you.
When do you wanna send it? When are they?
We want to push it back to, what, this is April coming up, push it back till May?
Have you talked to
May
the
the
committee
10th?
members?
Yeah, we was talking about it.
Okay.
The
I'll talk
few
to
of
them.
them I can't get in touch with.
I'll
I've
get
been
in touch
trying to get in touch with a few of the, people that, we were all supposed to wanted to join and do this resident council. So we had,
The committee can, the 5 members that we met here,
yeah,
would
well,
be the committee that we would talk to, and if it's okay.
Yeah,
with
but
that,
I
have a
haven't-
problem with that.
I don't have their numbers.
Oh, I can get you that.
Only one number I have it, and one case, that is Catherine.
Okay, I can get you all.
Okay? That
Just,
was-
let's
that
talk
was
tomorrow. You'll be home tomorrow. You'll be
Yeah,
home
I'll be
tomorrow?
home
I'll call you
tomorrow. And it's garbage need to be taken care of out here. They're leaving the dumpsters out too far. Need to get in contact with DPW.
Yeah, we're having trouble with garbage blowing over from the Aldi side that doesn't get
Really?
picked up and comes in, because our guys will pick up our
They
whole
need to
complex
come and
it'll
do
blow
this
over.
street.
Go back over, right?
Yeah,
They
from the
need to
street.
do zebra way
We'll
and
talk
stuff.
to, we got it in, we'll talk to someone. So,
Yeah.
They did it last year when they came with the sweeper and after the, because of
Yeah,
the
they always
snow,
come
when
during
everything got
summertime.
plowed, all of.
But
you
not
see-
only that, we want to deal with the garbage in our area, because
Yeah,
I've been
with the
trying to
dumpsters,
fight
when they
these
dump the
people
dumpsters.
coming out here throwing stuff on the ground. I done called with their license plates
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, throwing stuff in our dumpsters. It's getting to be a pain in the butt with these people.
Ed Pittsburgh's been very helpful on their side as well, because they've been very helpful when I would make a call to them.
No, MPAS is fine, MPAS isn't bad.
On Zebra Way, to the left.
It's on Zebra Way upside the fence.
Yeah, but just right now, only because the snow was plowed.
Gotcha.
So everything got caught up in the snow, so there's like.
And not only that,
There's just
you got
massive
the
stuff there.
high school kids coming
Sure.
home. They're dropping stuff everywhere on the ground out there, and whatnot, as they're going home and whatnot. But plus, in the Ville, we need to have the dumpsters set back some. They're sitting so far out.
When you say, sis-
The
we're
dumpsters.
talking about that.
When you guys talk afterwards, those are some great comments. So thank you very much. We're past the 5 minutes.
Okay, another thing is the parking out there. These people that are working on cars.
Gretchen, you're gonna meet with them afterwards, so
Yeah.
those are good issues. Those are good.
Is it the same-
But I wanted to bring it up in front of everybody. Huh?
Is it the same one that we had a problem with?
It's a lot of different people coming out there. Some families got 4, 5, and 6 cars out there. There's no place to park now.
Okay.
Well, thanks
Let's
for
talk afterwards.
your comments and bringing that forward. All right, we
Chair, you have a motion right
second.
now to go into close by Commissioner Ivano, you did not have a second.
Do we have a second?
I'll do a second.
Okay, roll call.
Second. Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Ivano?
Yes.
Commissioner Walde?
Yes.
And Chair?
Yes.
For the record, the board is entering into closed session
I'm
to
sorry.
discuss pending litigation and attorney-client privilege matters. The materials discussed in closed session will be available when they're no longer an issue to the Housing Authority.
Joel, take you back.
A motion to enter back into open session, Mr. Chairman.
Motion second?
Second?
Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Ivano?
Yes.
Commissioner Walde?
Yes.
And Chair?
Yes.
All right, you are in open session.
And now, motion to adjourn.
So move.
Oh,
Second.
I'm sorry, who moved? Kevin moved, and second, Ivano?
Yep.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Ivano?
Yes.
Commissioner Walde?
Yes.
And Chair?
Yes. Thank you all very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for coming out.
Gretchen, you guys